I wanted some jeans that fit my body, so I'm bringing you this DIY today. Okay. So today we are going to alter some jeans. If you find a pair of jeans that fit you well in the hip area but not in the waist, this is the tutorial for you. So what you're going to do to start is you're going to pinch the back seam area and find out how much you need to take off. Now you'll see that this side seam is slanting back when I do that. So we're not just going to take the width out of the center back, we're going to take it out of the sides as well. So I'm going to measure the back and see just how much I have to take off. So I have to take off 4 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the seam, the waistband seam, all the way around up to where the center of the pocket is, so that I can take out the side seam, the back seam, and the other side seam and reposition them. A tip with the seam ripper: don't put your fingers in front of it as you're seam ripping, because I've had a lot of mishaps, shall we say, where I have cut my fingers up, and that's not fun. So just do yourself a favor. We also have to take out all of the belt loops at the bottom, and then at the center back one, because we have to fold it and reposition that seam, we have to take that belt loop completely off. So we're going to also take out the center back seam, and that is going to allow you to move it over and make these jeans fit. We also need to take out the side seams, and this could be a little bit more challenging because usually the side seams have serging on the inside, so just have to be patient with that and take the time to remove that. And then we're going to take out the rivets on the pockets. So I just found some random wire cutting tools and used a combination, and that easily removed them. Sure, you could find something around the house that will remove it. Just be careful, you don't want to hurt yourself. So I took those off so that I can reposition the side seam. I'm going to take in the 3 seams, the center back and the 2 side seams. I measured 4 inches that I had to cinch in the waist. So because 4 inches distributed between the 3 seams would actually be quite a lot, that's 1.33 inches, I just decided to take it in about 3 inches in total. So that means only 1 inch on each seam. So I moved over the seams 1 inch. The front seams I moved towards the front, and the center back seam I just moved over. When we create the center back waistband seam, we have to make sure that the stitching along the top is removed so that we can create a very clean new seam. So when I create this seam, I'm going from 2 inches at the top to a little less than that, about a 1/4 inch less, so that it's a slant, because we took out only 3 inches from the body. So I'm making the waistband wider at the bottom where it meets the body and smaller at the top. I tried it on and it fits really well, so I'm going to go ahead and sew it. If it doesn't fit you the first time, just reposition it to make it fit and you're good to go. Then we're going to go over the stitch area on each of the seams with a closely colored thread. I recommend getting a nice thick cotton thread that matches your jean thread. So we're just going to sew where the stitching was previously and make our new seam. It would actually be ideal to sew underneath first and create an actual seam, then top stitch, because jeans take a lot of stress, especially if there's no stretch in these jeans, which there isn't. So I would recommend you do a double stitch, but that's how I did mine. Then I am going to sew the center back seam on the waistband and then snip off some of the excess. I also slant the edges of the seam allowance just so that it doesn't poke out when we sew it back onto the pant body. Then you're going to line up the outer waistband area to the new waist of your pants and just do a quick stitch along the seam. The center back seam where you took it in should line up with the center back stitching of your jeans. Once you have that, you're going to do a nice top stitch over the bottom area. And then you're also going to do a top stitch along the top and just back tack where the original stitching starts. Next, we need to make sure that we sew on the belt loops again. And then try it on. Let's see how it fits, and these fit perfectly, and I'm very happy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it's incredibly helpful for you. Don't forget to give me a comment, hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and share this with your friends. You know, I'm sure there's lots of people out there who need their jeans taken in and want to do it themselves. So yeah, blessings, peace, love, and joy. Bye.